Hello, everyone, and welcome to All Four Downs podcast presented by the CMG Sports Podcast Network. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, or you can follow me on Twitter, OV_HSW show. Today, we're going to be talking briefly about the coaching carousel that's going on in the NFL. Congratulations to the new college football playoff champions. And what is going on with the playoff predictions and everything else? Like, what's really going down? I made a prediction before. Hector made his prediction of who's going to the Super Bowl before the season started. We're going to tell you that our teams are still alive and how they could get there on today's show. And once again, brought to you by the CG Sports Podcast Network. A big shout out to Joe Aguirre, Big Jace, the original hosts of All Four Downs. The college football season is over, but they'll be back on again just in time for the NFL draft. But right now, let's kick it in gear for the NFL playoffs. All right, let me go ahead and invite my boy Hector in the house. What's up?
What's going on?
National champion happened on January 10th. We reviewed last week about the conferences. The Mountain West did very well, going 5-1. The Big Ten had the most wins in the bowl seasons, right? Oh, I can't forget that you got me by one game on this one. So I did tell you that you was gonna go for Georgia just to get at me. So,
but it panned out well for the both of us.
It panned out well for both of us because I was the last one really laughing because my Georgia Bulldogs ended up winning the championship. So more props to them, right? And that's how it happened. We had the final four teams. Alabama defeated Cincinnati, Georgia defeated Michigan, and then there were these two colliding in which, look, George Stetson Bennett had me nervous, man. If you watch the game, this guy had so much luck, and if it wasn't for the defense actually won the championship. I'm gonna put it there right now. I know that Alabama had scored a touchdown. We came back, and because Alabama had an offside, it was a free play, and it resulted in a touchdown, right? But he did a lot of mistakes in that game that people are sugarcoating it and not want to mention it and make him look like a hero because of the stuff he had to go through to be a starter at the University of Georgia. I mean, look, I'm saying along, and I think I want to apologize, but at the same time, no. You got help by the defense. And I was always a fan of JT Daniels being the starter for that team. How you got any input on this one?
I mean, it worked out well, but I would have liked to see what JT Daniels could have done in this game. I mean, yeah, because at times it looked like this offense was going nowhere. At times, I mean, we just
it's not going nowhere at the very beginning, right?
Yeah, number of field goals. I was like, when are we going to do anything?
Well, that was the indicator right there that the defense was like, you know what? We played terrible at the SEC championship. We got the chance to redeem ourselves. And you could tell they were ready this time. They were ready. But Bennett played the same way. I'm sorry. He played the same way. All right. If it wasn't for the last interception, pick six, that score would have been 20 something and it would have been the same amount of points that they had scored at the SEC championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it will be the same thing a year ago when Georgia lost to Alabama. So there was really nothing much spectacular on that offense except that they had to catch the ball. They did what they had to do. And, no offense, but that defense, like every person in that defensive side are NFL ready.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah, I think it was the defense that really stepped up and won that game for Georgia, honestly. Because there was a lot of times that, even with that blocked field goal that kept them in the game, I mean, it's like, come on, guys, you got to turn it up. Your defense can't do everything. They can't play for 4 quarters without you,
Yeah. Yes,
God,
indeed. But hey,
they should give the MVP to the defense.
well, I don't think anyone cares as long as they got that trophy and they're bragging that they're the champions,
Yep.
and more props to them. But definitely, we're gonna give a definitely, tune into hhwshow.com for the latest final rankings of all four downs. I know the final rankings are out, but you know, Georgia's number one. But could they stay number one for next season? That's going to be a hard pill to swallow on that. But hey, we'll save it for next year. But there are still more playoffs in this one, and it starts this weekend on Saturday with the wild card. Now, you and I picked our teams beforehand, right?
Yep.
I picked the Rams and the Raiders in the Super Bowl. You picked the Bills and the Buccaneers. And we're going to break it down to you exactly how that should play out. Okay. And I'm hoping that this works. I really do. All right. All right. But this is the goal, right? To go to the Super Bowl, and it's going to be in Los Angeles. The halftime show will be Snoop Dogg and the whole crew. I can't wait to see that. Um, Maybe sipping on some gin and juice or something. I don't know when I'm watching it. Right? But here you go. But before we do, I found this on Sports Illustrated, and this is their prediction before the season started. And I saved this, and I'm like, wow, look at here. Look how close Sports Illustrated, and I don't know who the author was that made these selections, but look how close. And let's look at the wild card standings, right? The Giants, well, definitely they didn't make it. The Seahawks and the Saints on the NFC side. If you look on the AFC, you got the Ravens, the Chargers, and the Browns. So pretty much it's even 3-3,
Mhm.
right? I mean, the Ravens could have made it if they would have been healthy. I would have respected that. The Chargers could have made it if they were disciplined enough to manage the game well. The Browns, well, I have no answer to the Browns. On the other side, the Saints were banged up. I think they could have made it. The Seahawks were banged up, but then the Giants were really lost. I mean, look, they fired the coach. So there's
And the
no
Saints
judging there anymore.
the Saints could have made it if the Rams would have won. So that was pretty close.
Pretty close indeed. All right. But hey, here's my picks. I chose the Los Angeles Rams and the Raiders to go to the Super Bowl. Why? Because the fact that I love a storyline. The Buccaneers hosted the Super Bowl last year. Why not the Raiders and the Rams? The Los Angeles area are still known for Raider Nation. Why not give that Super Bowl over there for the Raiders, even though they moved to Las Vegas from Oakland? Then you have, um, the Rams, who now play in Los Angeles, right? It'll benefit for everybody. It's good for business for the NFL, especially being there. And again, I mentioned his name. Snoop Dogg is going to be there, right?
Mhm.
It's not the Chargers, but I like that scenario. So check this out. So I'm gonna start off with my first selection here, okay? And I got the Kansas City Chiefs winning against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why? Because they got the more talent. They're faster than the Steelers. I don't think the defense will handle Patrick Mahomes in that offense. And the defense, led by Steve Spagnuolo, I'm telling you, this guy knows what he's doing. This is the playoffs. And then the Steelers, look, man, Big Ben can't start slow. If this game goes to be less than 30 points, then the benefit goes to the Steelers. But I don't see that happening. I see 50 plus scoring, majority of the Chiefs running over the Steelers. Okay. Then I got the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills, look, they got the revenge on the Patriots. I still think they're still hungry, okay, and upset that they got to go against the Patriots again. I think they're going to handle their business against them anyway, okay? And then, of course, I chose the Raiders, but man, I'm a little nervous because I do like Burrow and the Bengals of all teams. Of all teams, I wish the Raiders played the Steelers or something, but no, it had to be the Bengals. And this is why it's called the wild card, right? So I
Yep.
got that. On the other side, I have the Buccaneers. I got the Rams. Of course, I got to pick the Rams. The Bucks. Look, it's funny that we talk about the Bucks because the fact that um the Eagles they do pretty well in the playoffs, right? They're 2-2 against the Bucks. Both games that they won happens to be in the wild card, but I'm still picking the Buccaneers because it's Tom Brady. I can't do that, man. The Rams because I chose them, of course, and then the San Francisco 49ers upsetting the Dallas Cowboys. Now that's a hard pill to swallow because of the fact that the San Francisco 49ers and the Cowboys met 7 times in the playoffs. Okay. Six of them in the NFC Championship. And the 49ers are 2-4 in the NFC Championship against Dallas. The first time they're going to meet, okay? The first time they're going to meet in the wild card. That's pretty amazing. Now we'll fast forward through. I got the Raiders beating the Titans and the Kansas City beating the Bills. That's a rematch from the AFC Championship. Green Bay beating the San Francisco 49ers. Hopefully it's the freezing tundra over there. And then you got the Rams. I'm going to pick the best defense out of all four. Okay? I kind of lied because, of course, the Chiefs got a better defense, supposedly, but they are known to give up points. But I have the Raiders and the Rams in the Super Bowl, with the Rams being the new Super Bowl champions. And that's my lineup right there. Now, I was forced to say, because I picked those two teams, the Rams and the Raiders, I had to play it out. So there you go. I'm playing it out. Let's see how far it goes. Okay.
Yeah.
But on the other side, Hector, go ahead. Please explain your method. We'll start with the first one right here. The Chiefs.
Hey, I just think the Chiefs just going to dominate the Steelers there. I mean, you got Patrick Mahomes. That's enough said there.
Okay.
We're not going to go. Hey, the Bills, because I picked the Bills. I think the Bills are just going to be a better team this weekend over the Patriots. I think the Bills are just that much better. So I got the Bills placing.
Just because they're this much better, but what about the Patriots? What about the Patriots keep running it only?
Yeah, they know, right? But I think the weather's going to be a little bit different, a little bit. So I think it's going to benefit the Bills this time around.
It's not going to be a blizzard this time.
It's not going to be a blizzard, no.
All right, you got the Bengals over the Raiders. I hate you for it, but okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I just think it's going to continue from what happened earlier this year when the Bengals whooped on the Raiders. So I think
rematches is a killer, man. This reminds me of the Alabama and Georgia game.
But hey, we got
Alabama
a lot of that.
crushed Georgia, and then all of a sudden, playoff time, it counts.
Hey,
so,
and we got a lot of rematches, I think, going to go on in any scenario we got here. So, but yeah, I got the Bengals going to get this win at home, go on to play Tennessee in the second round. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right, we got the Bucks. You got the Bucks.
I got the Bucks because I picked the Bucks to go to represent the NFC. Go Bucks. I didn't. I'm kind of down there right now. Hey, I got the Rams. I like their defense. I mean, I know they kind of shady last week against the 49ers, but I still like the Rams in this one. I think the Cardinals are suspect.
I think they didn't play right just because they knew that they were already in the playoffs.
Yeah,
but I don't think they really cared if they were going to be at home or they're going to be away. They're in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I would have cared because you had a shot at the number 2 seed. You could have been where the Bucks are at right now.
But I'm just curious of how much that does play out now. Now that the playoff scenarios is changed, I'm just curious because we see teams that won on the road all the way through the Super Bowl. We've seen that.
We've seen that, but we're not going to see it all the time.
Yeah, and I picked the 49ers over the Cowboys. Why is that?
Yeah, I think the 49ers are playing real good. I know the Cowboys are playing good, but the 49ers are just playing on a different level right now than what the Cowboys are, especially defensively. So I think that's going to squeak out a win in Big D and send them packing to the frozen tundra in Green Bay.
I tell you what, man. I think this game fires up the Cowboys because everyone's doubting them. And when you doubt someone and a team feels it, that's when they bring their A game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys do win and then end up facing the Bucks.
Yeah.
I just don't see the Cowboys reaching past the divisional round anyway. As a matter of fact, I chose them to lose in the wild card But I just have that gut feelings like, wow, everyone's targeting against the Cowboys because since day one, they've been aiming at the head coach about time management.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
and
Prescott not playing the way he played the first few games. The defense looked like they're collapsing. You
yeah.
know, they say all these players are coming back, but I haven't shown any improvement. They haven't shown anything.
And I think the 49ers are, to me, the strongest road team out of all six. I mean, they kind of got it late start with this, with their winning and everything. But besides the Patriots, I think the 49ers are the toughest road team that poses any threat to anybody in this playoff right now because of their defense. So
Mm.
that's why I think defense wins championships. So the Cowboys offense is going to be in a world of hurt if they try to go against this defense. So yeah. So on
All
the other
right.
side, I got
I mean,
I
they
got
called the wild card for a wild card for a
yeah,
reason, right?
definitely,
All
yeah.
right. Go ahead. But what you got there?
Yeah, I got Tennessee taking over the Bengals. I know with Tennessee's trying to get healthy again, so I think that's going to play a big factor. The Bengals just doesn't seem to. They have a young team. They're in the right direction, but not right now. Not against a team like Tennessee. I think Tannehill's a better quarterback than Burrow at the moment. So,
Mm,
and then
mm, mm,
when
mm.
you talk about running backs, Henry versus Mixon, I got to give it to Henry on that situation. I mean, and I've got the
I mean,
Bills. I
it's all
mean,
about who has the best offensive line
yeah,
against the defensive line, right?
yeah,
That's why I said they don't. They're not going to compete against each other. They're on the opposite end. You know,
yeah.
that's like saying Tannehill versus Burrow. Well, they don't really face each other.
Yep.
So, but okay.
I got the Bills because I picked the Bills. That's my team, and I think they can go into Arrowhead. I think they can upset the Chiefs. I mean, the Mahomes has never in his career as a starting quarterback has been any lower than the AFC Championship game. So I think this will be the one time he gets upset in the divisional round. So this will be the lowest the lowest rank he's ever been to be eliminated. So I think Buffalo will pull the upset, go on the road, and take the tomahawk chop and break it in half and send themselves to Tennessee for a rematch against the
Hmm.
Titans.
You mean they
Yes,
getting that tomahawk back to Buffalo? I mean, but hey, it is what it is. Go
I
ahead.
think I think Aaron Rodgers and that offense would just have a little too much for San Francisco's defense in that game. I think you know the crowd noise, the atmosphere there in Lambeau Field. Again, this would be another rematch if it was to happen from the regular season. I just think Aaron Rodgers is just a better quarterback, and I think he has more experience. He would know what to do in a situation. So, and I think the
I,
defense will help him out. I think so. I think the defense can put pressure on Garoppolo.
I like how everyone was jumping on the bandwagon, explaining how the Packers beat the Cardinals with almost their second string, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, it was only Aaron Rodgers; everybody else was out.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was a short week,
Right.
Sunday to Thursday, so which team wasn't prepared for that Thursday game, right?
Yep.
That's an indicator. But then you get the last game where you did start your starters at the beginning, you bench them afterwards, and that second string that was supposed to be great didn't show up against the Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking to myself, you're supposed to be legit from top to bottom, but you lose to the Lions.
Yeah.
Hmm. Now, don't get me
Suspect.
wrong. I understand. Was it relaxed mode going to the playoffs? We'll see. But I mean, I'm all in for that. I'm all in for the Packers over the 49ers. But then you
And
also got the Bucks.
I got the Bucks, and I think the Bucks will pull out a win over the Rams. I think this was another rematch from earlier this year where the Rams beat them. Um, but I think with Tom Brady getting some of his key players back at home, I think they can take down the Rams defense, which is going to be a little stubborn. Might put pressure on him, but if he holds that ball has the ball last 2 minutes left, drive downfield, win the game, send Matthew Stafford back to LA.
All right. And then your two Super Bowl teams that you mentioned, the
I
Bills and the
I
Buccaneers.
got the Bills and the Bucks, and again, there's another rematch from earlier this year. I mean, Tom Brady outdueled him, but then Josh Allen made a comeback, but it was a little too late. But I think in this situation right here, the Buffalo will be more healthier on both sides of the ball. I think Buffalo is going to come out there and just start gunslinging it. to win their first ever Super Bowl title.
That's a good scenario, man. I like it. My favorite part is the Bucks being the Packers, sending Aaron Rodgers crying back to Pat
Again,
McAfee's show to
again,
tell him that his toe was the problem, right?
it was the
And
other
then
toe.
maybe politic his way to a trade or whatever it is. But um, he could discount double check something else. But
Yeah,
I
the
like that
Rodgers
one.
trade.
But as far as Bills is a far stretch, it
Yeah,
really
I
is.
know it is, but
Mm.
sometimes you got to put a gamble on it. See
Well,
what happens.
gamble indeed. You're absolutely right. I mean, here goes Sanders. He just popped up saying the Bills.
Coming from a Cowboy fan, I'd expect that. Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
Well, if you're just tuning into our show, don't forget you can listen to my version. All right, I was forced of my version, and I got to stick with it because I did say um during preseason that the Rams and the Raiders will go to the Super Bowl, and right now both those teams are in the playoffs.
Mm,
Hector said the Bills and the Bucks will go to the Super Bowl, and there you have it. That's
we're
the
in it.
scenario. But who
We can-
really is going to the Super Bowl? This is what I want to know. So let's break it down real quick because I know we were a little too fast, but in reality, look, the Chiefs versus the Steelers. You might say Big Ben is the last game. Let's be real. He's going to travel all the way to Kansas City. It's going to be his last game. More props. It's a good thing that he started his career as a rookie in the playoffs. He's going to end his career in the playoffs. So I got to give props to that. All right. But more likely, like we just covered, the Chiefs over the Steelers. We both agreed on that one. The
Yeah,
Bills versus the Patriots. This is their best rivalry. But I'm a firm believer that whatever happened in the last result is going to repeat. And I believe that the Bills will beat the Patriots. I agree with you there.
yeah,
100%.
yeah,
The Bengals and the Raiders. Look, man, I know I picked the Raiders, but man, I'm a big Burrow fan. Okay. I didn't expect the Bengals to win the division. I did expect the
yeah.
Ravens to win. And we
Right.
understand what happened to the Ravens. So, without question, the Bengals, I mean, people were talking about the Browns. I can't stand the Browns. I can't. I
Yeah,
always wish them to be in last place just because the people that were in it. Not the team, just the people that are in it.
yeah,
But here we are, the Bengals. I mean, both teams are great. David Carr
yeah.
had to represent to get into the playoffs. I think that
Hmm.
gives them fire. But man, the Bengals. Oh, I got to stick with my Raiders. You got the Bengals. That's a 50-50.
Yeah,
Let's
it
see
is.
who happens
Yeah,
there.
definitely.
Um, the Bucks and the Eagles. We both went for the Bucks on this one,
Yep.
right? But the Eagles, I don't think they have enough offense to surpass the Bucks defense.
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts hasn't really showed me that he is dominant in the pocket. He's always running around. And that's not great when you go against the Bucks defense. They'll have a plan to stop him, and the Eagles will be halted and will not advance to the next round. And then the Cowboys and the 49ers. I know Sandra Arroyo Sanchez, who's listening in, is a big Cowboy fan. I'm gonna put the hater rate on there. You know what I mean? But yeah, I am nervous about this game because the Cowboys do have a potential way of going against the 49ers and beating them. But the Cowboys has never shown me that they could beat a winning team. You know
no,
what I
and
mean?
look, I agree. I mean, and I'm not going to put on I'm not going to put on the hater rate with the Cowboys. Look
Mm,
at the 49ers defense. Okay, I get the Cowboys have the number one overall offense, but defense is what win championships. And when it comes to the playoffs, can your offense actually carry you all the way to the Super Bowl? It has before, but when you're playing against a defense like the 49ers right now, who's given up 17 points a game in the last 5 games, okay, you can't tell me that this Cowboys is going to put up 30 points against that defense. You see what I'm
mm,
saying? Especially when you know who's on the other side of the court as a quarterback for your opposing team. Garoppolo is not a chump. He's not a washed-up quarterback. He can play with the best, and he has beaten the best also. So going into AT&T Stadium, this is going to be a test more for the Cowboys than it is for the 49ers, because the Cowboys got more to lose than what the 49ers do going into this game. You
mm-hmm.
see? And I know
I think
Garoppolo could be.
the pressures are more on the Cowboys.
Yes, yes, it is.
I
Yes, it
I, I
is.
believe I believe that. I
It
believe
is.
that.
It very much
Um,
is. This defense
so
of the 49ers, the Cowboys going to have to expose that defense in order for them to shut them down.
so I like this response that I got from Sander. He goes, Micah and Lawrence and Gray all of a sudden don't know how to play defense. I didn't say they don't know, but you have to be an honest person as a Cowboy fan. When was the last time you beat a good winning playoff team? I'm just saying. I'm not, yeah, they could beat the San Francisco 49ers. I'm choosing the 49ers. They could beat them. I'm not saying they can't, but I'm saying that's probably the only win they're going to have in the whole entire playoffs, should they? Because they can't handle any other team.
Because let me break this down for you, Sanders. The Cowboys got the number one overall offense, but the 49ers got the third ranked defense. Okay. The Cowboys got the third passing offense against the defense. The rank of the defense for the 49ers is seventh in passing. Okay, so you're going to tell me that that's close matchup. When it comes to rushing, the Cowboys are ninth in offensive rushing, but the defense for the 49ers is seventh. So you're going to tell me that the Cowboys going to blow this game open with offense? That defense for the 49ers ranking top 10 in every category, and you know they're going to put pressure on that offense. Okay, so and then, of course, we know the Cowboys can't stop the run. So the 49ers, if Garoppolo let that ball go, it's going to be a run day all day for the 49ers, and he's probably not going to have to do too much in the air. You see what I'm saying? To me, it's almost a checkmate situation for the Cowboys. I'm not trying to be a hater, but you're playing against one of the most dangerous road teams in the playoffs right now this year.
All right, so let's break it down. They started out the season losing to the Bucks. I mean, I really don't count week one. Those are the week one jitters,
Right.
right? They beat the Chargers. They've beaten the Eagles. Of course, they're in the division. I mean, they dominated the division, right? They lost to the Broncos, surprisingly, especially the Broncos. I mean, they fired their head coach, right? I mean, if you want to credit beating the Falcons, okay, but they lost to the Chiefs, the Raiders, playoff contenders. They beat the Saints. They're not in the playoffs. Washington, Giants, Washington again. And then you lose to the Cardinals. Oh, by the way, they're in the playoffs. And you beat the Eagles. Okay. The only team that's in the playoffs that you've beaten out of everybody. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. But the Cowboys hasn't played anybody else. And again, I say it's 50-50. The Cowboys could beat the 49ers. I'm not saying nothing about it. If Michael Pearson will be able to get pressure on Garoppolo, it's going to be a long day for the 49ers. But if they can protect them, you're right. And I believe that the 49ers win the time of possession and
Right.
hope that the Cowboys head coach messes up that time management again. Then you could see the 49ers packing up their bags to Green Bay.
And
That's all I'm saying.
can the Cowboys rely on Zerline when they get into position to put him in for that field goal? Can you rely on him 100% of the time to get you that field goal or that extra point? Because he has missed. You see, so that could come back to bite them if if putting them in the lead comes down to it. You see, so
Absolutely.
and I take none away from Michael Parsons. He's going to get to Garoppolo. I mean, or whatever the defense for the Cowboys they're going to do, they're going to do it. They're going to get this. I get it. But for 4 quarters, I think the 49ers will make their adjustments, and then they will get them.
And like I said earlier today, Cowboys and 49ers competed 7 playoff games. 6 of them were NFC championships, dominated by the Cowboys, even though the last meeting they had, the 49ers did win, right? But this is going to be the first time that they're going to meet in the wild card game. So this is history in the making for these two teams.
Yeah.
So I like it there. Another game, the Rams versus the Cardinals. This is a big rivalry. This is a split. The last meeting, the Rams did take care of business. Can they do it again? I'm picking the Rams for the Super Bowl. And to be honest with you, I'm not confident in picking the Rams now that I did back in preseason, just because of Matthew Stafford looked like he's the old Detroit Lions quarterback. You know what I mean? Forcing the ball when you have so much talent. You know what I mean? You don't need to force it.
Yeah.
and they have to understand. Look, everybody from the head coach and that staff, they do have playoff experience, right? They made
Hmm.
it to the Super Bowl. They just happened to lose against the Patriots, so they know how to get there, and therefore, I'm hoping that the Rams go ahead and do it. But at the same time, I mean, what type of team is the Cardinals going to bring? So this
Yeah.
is a great game, man. It really is.
Yeah, I like the Rams. I think they'll win this one. I'm just not sure about the Cardinals. They have faltered the last 5 6 weeks of the season. I mean, this is not the team that we saw in the beginning that started off hot, you know, taking names and putting up numbers. This is not the same Cardinal team, man. I mean, so I don't feel comfortable with Kyler Murray back there. I feel more comfortable with Matthew Stafford and his defense to help out on the other side.
We'll see about that. But hey, this show is brought to you by the All Four Downs. Excuse me, brought to you by the CMG Sports Podcast Network. This is the All Four Downs podcast. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave your comments below. Let us know, hey, who do you think is going to make it to the Super Bowl? All right. And don't wait till after this weekend to tell me who's going. All right. Because it counts right now. I mean, I have to, once again, support what I said before the season. I didn't want to. I really didn't. But I was forced. But anyway, hey man, I'm excited for these playoffs to happen. And again, is it going to happen that way? We don't know, man. We don't know. Right at the beginning, we saw it one way, and like any other seasons, now 18 weeks later, there's always going to be a different scenario. But I think we're both lucky that the teams that we chose to be in the playoffs are in.
Yes.
Right.
Hmm.
I have to be one of the last ones because I had to see the Raiders win it. And that was a great game.
Yes, it
A
was.
game that the Raiders should have been eliminated. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe I'll go into my John Madden football on my device
There you
and
go.
go for it on 4th and 59 at my 2 yard line and see if I can make a touchdown.
There you go.
Oh man, it's good talking to you about football, man.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. We've had a great season. I mean, we wind up
Mhm.
ending up in a tie after 18 weeks. It was awesome.
Well, with
So
Ty in NFL, you won up on me on college football. I mean,
great
am
minds think alike. And when you've known each
mm,
other for that as long as we have, it's just that even.
absolutely, man.
And I love it.
Absolutely.
That's what I love about it, because you are like the only one that could pose a challenge for me. You make me want to step up my game every year. It's like, come on, I gotta step it up one more, but I don't mind against you. I don't mind losing because I know who I'm losing against.
Oh man, I don't mind losing to you. I mean, I've lost many times against you.
Hey, same here.
I'm
Same here. You know, it's like the what that saying, an immovable object meets an unstoppable force. What would happen?
Mm,
Hmm.
mm.
Hmm.
Maybe we should have a science podcast about it.
Maybe each one of our teams would play each other in the Super Bowl. Ooh.
Well, my Rams are going to win, so
Your Rams, my Bills.
there you go. I love it already. How about that? I bet
Love
you
it.
the viewers and the listeners are gonna say, "Yo, you guys are smoking. Um, go hang out with Snoop Dogg again."
And if it happens, we'll come on the podcast with our cigars and we'll be smoking it up.
Yeah, with my gin and juice. I mean, look, a lot of people are gonna say the Packers and the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. I
Yeah,
got it,
yeah,
but I'm a firm
understandable.
believer, man. Like you can't. We've seen the Bills do it in the '90s, 4 straight Super Bowls, and come out short all 4 times. Right?
Yeah,
You got the Chiefs. They made it, they lost. They made it, Super Bowl champs. They made it, they lost. That's all right. It's okay to step behind. It's okay. It's all right. I like it.
yeah, it's awesome.
Brady got to retire, man. Brady got to retire. I think Brady
Sooner.
might retire this year. I'm gonna predict that Brady retires this year after this
Okay,
season.
sounds
Why
good.
have all these episodes on ESPN? Just
Yeah,
saying.
right. The man in the
This
arena.
last episode is gonna say He'll be like the Undertaker in WWE. It took him to do a documentary to announce he's retiring.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, hey, thank you for listening. Have fun, everybody. Enjoy the playoffs this weekend and come back next week on all four downs.